Alright, here we go. Here's something strange to say at the start of a video. I'm going to make this deck worse. I am. I am going to be taking the Sylvans up against Journey Along the Anduin, and I know that this deck, as it is, would do very well. It would do very well against that quest. Celeborn questing for 3, and then if you either get Olorien or Nenya, and I mean that's 6 cards, so you should get one or the other. That means you're either going to be able to play a Sylvan ally who's also going to be questing for at least 2, or Nenya would let Galadriel quest. So you're going to be able to quest for plenty on turn 1. I don't doubt that for a moment. If you don't have to use Galadriel to quest, you get to keep dropping your threat. You keep it under 30. You don't have to engage the Hill Troll till you're ready. I would make a couple little changes. I think I would add another copy of Daeron's Runes, another copy of Elrond's Council, and another copy of the Tree People. I think I would drop down 1 Sylvan Tracker, and I think I'd get rid of both Mirkwood Runners. I still think the deck would work just fine. Maybe 1 less Orofin, and keep both Sylvan Trackers. But at any rate, just a little bit of adjustment, and this deck will take down Journey Along the Anduin, no problem. Haldir won't be doing much sniping of the Hill Troll, and unfortunately a lot of the enemies have threat that's so low he just can't snipe them no matter what. They're super low, so you're going to engage enemies anyway. But hopefully you have Defender of the Nath or Feigned Voices. You can always do a Tree People to pop a different ally in to give them a boost if you didn't already have one that you played and Celeborn boosted them and they don't exhaust a quest. I know this deck will work against Journey Along the Anduin. You'll need a little luck like always, but I think you'll be fine. But I want tactics. I want tactics so I can do cool things with Haldir. And I know it's going to make the deck worse. The way I normally build with Haldir is I do Celeborn, Haldir, and then I add 1 of 2 cheap tactics heroes. So I either add Merry, who's only 6 threat, and he can quest for 2. So that's super helpful. And the absolute best choice is Tactics Eowyn. She quests for 4, and you drop your threat by 3 when she is in your hero lineup. So she's only a 6 threat. So when you do Celeborn, Haldir, and Eowyn, you're at 26 threat. Which means you can just sit for like 3 rounds building a board state. Haldir is getting tactics things to help him, and maybe you can start sniping the Hill Troll up in staging, hurting him. The turn you engage him, you use Feigned Voices, and then you just kill him. I've done it before. I've done it because Journey Along the Anduin is the quest I usually test decks against, and I know I have played Haldir, Celeborn, Tactics Eowyn, or Haldir, Celeborn, Tactics Merry, and I've beat this quest no problem. But we don't have access to either of those tactics heroes, so let's go to where I try to deck build with tactics cards using the heroes that are available to me at this point in time. And like I said, it's gonna make the deck worse because I gotta cut one of these 2 heroes, and that hurts. It hurts the deck. It really does. So this is definitely not I'm building this because I think this is the best way to take down Journey Along the Anduin with the Sylvans. I am building this because this is how I want to take down Journey Along the Anduin using the Sylvan deck. Which, hey, it's my game. These are my cards. I can play it however I want. But if you're watching this, please don't get confused. I am doing this because I want to, and it's just something I want to try. Really, honestly, I think you could just take this deck as is and take down Journey Along the Anduin. I think you have a pretty good shot. Okay, let's get to my deck build. Alright, here we go. A little deck building with the Sylvan deck. So here's the original deck, and it includes tactics cards, but the hero it gives you is Elrond, who, of course, is amazing. I mean, it's Elrond. But he can't help pay for tactics weapons. You could get lucky with Vilya, but that's insanely lucky. So you can't count on that. His threat's super high. I want to get weapons on Haldir so he can snipe up into the staging area better. But that means I need tactics. And so here are the tactics heroes available if I include the tactics heroes from the other starter sets. So of course Gimli, Thalin, Legolas all come from the core set. And we also get Mablung at 10 threat when you engage an enemy, add a resource. Éomer, after a character leaves play, he gets +2 attack. I mean, that's awesome for a Sylvan deck, but I mean, the whole goal here is I don't want to engage the enemies, and I don't need another attacker. I want Haldir to be my attacker. And then Hirgan is tempting, because he can quest for 2, and he could help pay for the archers and Rumiel. But so I guess if I had all the packs, which I do, I would probably put Hirgan in, because I need the questing power, but I'm trying to make this as friendly as I can for you folks who maybe only have the Sylvan starter and the core set. Legolas makes no sense. I already have an attacker, Haldir. I don't need Haldir 2.0. Gimli's threat is too high. It's 11. I gotta keep my threat down as much as possible here. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, it is the same threat as Celeborn. And if I can keep using Galadriel to drop me down, maybe Gimli is the way to go. I was actually thinking Thalin, because I mean, if we just pop him in real quick. Look at that. It drops my threat down to 27. Send him on the quest. I mean, yeah, I'm not questing for anything my opening turn. I'll probably have to quest with Haldir, unless I can get Nenya, because I'm no longer getting the boost from Celeborn. And I'm losing his 3 willpower. I mean, that's a big swap. That's a big swap. Man, more I look at that, maybe Gimli is who I put in. I didn't think I was going to. I'm still at 29, so I can stay under. So then you got to drop all the leadership cards. Feigned Voice is going away. That's going to get replaced by Feint. But then we can pop in tactics cards. Let's do 1 Rumiel. 3 bows of the Galadriel, it's great. 3 hands upon the bow. 3 pursuing the enemies. And we're almost back up. So then if I just go over here, I'm really not adding any other cards for the other spheres. It's just going to be tactics cards. So let's just add Feint. Let's put in 2. Man, I would love to grab this Foe Hammer from the Defenders of Gondor set. If you have it, throw it in there. Throw it in there, because I'm also going to add a couple more weapons. Let's get the blade. Couple blade. Alright, what else do I want? Maybe that's down here. 3 tree people. I don't know if I need Lembas. I don't think I need another Sylvan Tracker. I don't think I need another Mirkwood Runner. Tempted to get rid of the one I already have. I'm also tempted to get rid of these refugees. What about Gandalf? Do I need Gandalf? I don't think so. Goodbye, Gandalf. Sylvans do fine without Gandalf. Let's go 1 Wingfoot. Maybe none. So that goes on Haldir. Maybe you can get lucky. I like the Lembas because it readies. I mean, we're close. We're at 51. I mean, like I said, I don't think I needed to make much changes. It really was just get me tactics and let's go. So Gimli's mainly going to be questing. I just need his opening turn 2 willpower. Maybe later he won't have to, but I think we cut the Mirkwood Runner. It's so expensive. I'd rather get in different allies. Maybe this Elrond's Council. I really want to keep my threat. Oh, wait. Daron's Runes. Hello. 3 of. All day long. Always 3 Daron's Runes. No reason not to. We got 2 Test of Wills. Coastal Galadriel's fun. I want to put in a 3rd Elrond's Council. I really want to drop my threat. Let's go to... it's nice to know what's coming. So I'd like to... I normally don't include doubles of uniques. And if you ever... On Rings DB, I don't know if you know this, but if it's bold, that means it's unique. So, Wingfoot, Nenya, Marth, Rumiel, all unique. So the tracker... See, most of the Sylvans only have 1 hit point. So it's really just to heal your heroes after a Sylvan readies. So let's drop that down to 1. 18, but the tree people should still hit. Hands upon the bow is awesome. You can play that after enemies are revealed in the quest phase. Helps you quest. Yeah, I'm just planning on using Galadriel, dropping my threat down. Hopefully I draw an Elrond's Council right off the bat. Get my threat down. I'm going to have to pay full cost for all these Sylvans, because no Olorien. But, you know, some games you play Sylvans, you don't draw Olorien. I mean, you're just playing it on hard mode the entire time. And if I have to engage the Hill Troll, hopefully I have Feint. Gimli, in theory, could take 1 Hill Troll attack, and then he'd be power. You know what? You know what card I might want to add here? Hold on. Maybe some Unexpected Courage. Yeah, let's do that. Let's add some Unexpected Courage. Maybe I do have to make a couple more changes here. If I had Olorien, the daughter of Nimrodel, would only cost 2. That's not bad. Is Lorien Guide Sylvan? Yeah, so you could also do the Lorien Guide with Olorien. Helps your quest. 2 hit points. She'd come in questing for 2 on the round she came in. Yep, that'd be a good buy if I had Olorien, but I don't want to pay 3 for her. The only other card I'm thinking is maybe a single copy of Gladrium's Greeting. But you know what? I should be fine. But Dwarven Tomb. So I play Elrond's Council, and then I can get it right back with Dwarven Tomb. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Now I gotta cut 3 cards again. I think Wingfoot. Wingfoot, you do Wingfoot and Hennemarth. So you send Haldir on the quests. You name the type of card that's coming because you know based on Hennemarth, and then Haldir pops back up. But I'm not going to worry about that combo. It's a good combo if you have room for it. It's a good combo. I don't want to cut any more allies. 18 is a little on the low side, to be honest. I'm at 52, but I have 3 Daron's runes. And Daron's runes, I mean, if you think about it mathematically here, you draw it. You play it. You draw 2 more cards. So it's not adding to your deck as far as like the inefficiency of drawing cards, because as soon as you draw it, you draw 2 more cards. It just replaces itself. The only thing is it waters down your deck when you're doing search events. It's adding non-allies to your deck when you're doing something like the Tree People. Maybe I do Pursuing the Enemy. Return the Sylvan ally you control. Deal 1 damage to each enemy engaged with that player. So that one, I probably won't do that often. Maybe we just keep it at 51? 51 cards? Little above 50, but with Daron's runes, I'm not too worried about it. Plus Galadriel constantly letting me draw cards. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Okay. All right, let's save this deck, and I'll see you at the table. All right, I built the deck, Elves versus Hill Trolls, so here we go with the second quest in the core box. I decided after I built it, I'm going to cut one of these blades of Gondolin. So now we're down to 50 cards. All right, we have Haldir, 9 threat, and then if we don't engage an enemy, he can attack into the staging area, which is really awesome. So I'm hoping to get a Bow of Galadriel on him so he attacks for more. Galadriel, she has a lot going on. She's also 9 threat, 4 willpower, but she can't use it or attack or defend. And then when allies enter play, they don't exhaust to quest the round they enter play. Very cool. And then if you get her ring, Nenya, on her, then she can send her willpower to another character committed to the quest. You can also exhaust her to reduce your threat by 1 and draw a card. And then Gimli. So from the core set, 11 threat. And then the more damage he takes, the more powerful he gets. And this is the, people always ask, so this is the alt art version that I got from one of the Gen Cons, and they're extremely hard to find. I think the last one I saw was on eBay, was selling for over $400, so very hard to find that card. All right, let's start the game. We draw our opening hand first, and then we reveal the encounter card per the effect on quest card 1A. If you skip the deck building part, let me just summarize. I made the deck worse because I added tactics, so I no longer have access to leadership, which really reduces the amount of willpower I can get on the table I lost Celeborn, who quests for 3, so I could easily lose in the opening round or by round 2 because I just can't quest for enough. And the Hill Troll might have to engage me. So it's really risky playing with this deck, and the deck as it is would probably take down this quest no problem. Okay, 2 Defenders of the Nath. There's Elrond's Council. That's a card I was hoping to get in my opening hand. Ooh, and we also got a 1-cost Sylvan Quester who actually will be able to quest and Hands Upon the Bow, which is like pseudo-questing. So if we reveal something like the Dol Guldur Orcs, Haldir can use Hands Upon the Bow and shoot it out of the staging area, and that basically removes 2 threat. Okay, that's a great opening hand. I mean, we didn't get Nenya, which would have been nice, but we got Elrond's Council, which drops our threat, adds 1 willpower. We got a cheap Sylvan that actually we can play on turn 1 because we don't get a cost reduction. Yeah, that's great. So we have a chance. Now let's see what random card we get. Ha! And speak of the orcs, we got the Dol Guldur Orcs. What an amazing card to reveal for the effect on quest card 1A, because no one's committed to the quest, so you don't have to deal that damage out. That's great. All right, let's find the Hill Troll. Oh man, did you see those 2 Necromancer Reaches down at the bottom of the deck? That would have been nice to not reveal those. All right, everything gets shuffled back, so now we have a Hill Troll in the staging area, which is 3 threat. That's not bad. That's really not bad. So we're only going to have 3 threat in staging before we commit to the quest. I say we have a chance. We have a chance to win. If we would have gotten way more threat and we would have had to raise our threat from underquesting because we didn't have good cards in our opening hand, it's pretty easy to lose with this deck. So let's go. Let's see what these characters can do. Resources gained and a feint. Wow. There we go. So that's one of my answers to the Hill Troll when he engages me. Feint. All right. Let's play the Sylvan Refugee so she doesn't exhaust a quest thanks to Galadriel's ability. And if any character leaves play, she leaves play. All right, let's go into the quest phase. I am going to choose the Sylvan Refugee to get +1 willpower, and then I'm going to drop my threat by 3. So the Sylvan Refugee, without exhausting to quest, is questing for 3. And then Gimli will add his 2. So it's 5 against 3. That's not great. And then we get here, each player raises his threat by 1 for each character he controls not committed to the quest. So that's just 2. Fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay. So we actually made progress, which is unexpected. And I can actually make a little more. Let's play Hands Upon the Bow. And then that says exhaust a ranged character. That character gets +1 attack, and you can attack an enemy in the staging area. And it's an action, so you can do it during the action window after staging. And we are going to kill these Dol Guldur Orcs. So, thank you, Haldir. That's one of the things I wanted to do with you. We just removed 2 more threat, and so that means now it's 5 against 1. 4 progress made, which is great. That's better than I could have hoped for. And now we can use Galadriel. So we will exhaust Galadriel, dropping our threat by 1, and we get to draw a card. Let's see what we get here. Oh, nice. Okay, Hennemarth. So I kept 2 copies of Hennemarth in the hopes that I drew one soon, and now we're going to be able to know what's coming up, and that's going to help a lot. And then Nenya. Boom, boom. All right. That was a good 2 cards we just pulled there. So let's play Hennemarth. He does not exhaust a quest. He only costs 1. And then after the quest phase and the revealing of cards, that's when we're going to exhaust him and start to see what cards are coming the following rounds. If we have to engage an enemy, we will exhaust him after the combat phase because we don't want to peek at the shadow. We want to peek at the card being revealed. Nenya is now on Galadriel, so she has the lore resource icon, and then we can exhaust her and Nenya to add her 4 willpower to somebody. So, okay, we're doing great. So there's 2 for Gimli and 1 from Hennemarth, so it's 3 against 1 and the Banks of the Anduin. That's awesome. I didn't want to send the Refugee because she only has 1 hit point, and with Galadriel having Nenya, I felt pretty safe just sending 3 willpower. We will travel to the Banks of the Anduin. When that's explored, it gets put back on top of the deck. Galadriel is going to drop my threat and draw me a Galadan Archer. And now we can exhaust Hennemarth. Let's see what we're going to reveal next turn. Okay, cool. It's just the Misty Mountain Goblins, so we know those guys are coming. And now we can do this every round, basically. We can use Hennemarth to see what's coming. And so we might sit here for quite a while, especially with Galadriel keeping my threat down. And I have Feint, and I have that Archer, so that's going to add some good attack, plus a way to handle the Hill Troll. So now we just need to make sure the same round we engage the Hill Troll, we can kill it. And the next round we get Unexpected Courage. Okay, well, that's perfect for Galadriel, because with Galadriel and Unexpected Courage, you can use her ability, and then you can also use her and her ring. So that's why I put that in the deck, and then if I get a second one, probably goes on Gimli. So he can maybe defend, take some damage, power up, and then swing back. But Galadriel now has some courage, so we can use her ability. So let's drop my threat, draw a card, Elrond's Council, thank you very much. And then Unexpected Courage readies her. We know we're going to be up against 3 threat, so we can exhaust 1 hit point characters. There's no treacheries coming that'll kill them. I have this Defender of the Nath, so he costs 3. Let's get him into play, because we know those Misty Mountain Goblins are going to come down to get us. Let's have a defender on the table. He has 2 defense, and then after a Sylvan ally you control leaves play, he readies. Alright, quest time. We'll send the Sylvan Refugee, and then we'll also send Galadriel and Nenya, so Galadriel and Nenya will boost the Refugee. So we're sending 6. We're up against 3. That is just enough to clear the banks of the Anduin. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to leave the banks of the Anduin in play, and then maybe clear it next round so it wasn't the Shadow, but this is okay. Let's just make sure the Defender of the Nath doesn't die. So he defends for 2 against the Goblins, and then we reveal the Shadow. It's nothing. And then I should remove a progress, because the Goblins remove a progress when they attack. Gimli and Haldir can kill the Goblins. I do remember, I think it's next round, to remove this progress. Okay, and we're now getting Chieftain Uthank as the next card, thanks to Hennemarth taking a peek. So yeah, there should be 1 less progress. I do remember that in a moment. When the Goblins attacked, it removed a progress. All right, next round, we're going to kind of keep doing the same thing here, folks. Okay, pursuing the enemy. It's kind of like an engine at this point. I have Galadriel to keep dropping my threat down, so I never move as far as my threat's concerned. And with Hennemarth always telling me what's coming, I'm perfectly safe every quest phase. I can always avoid treacheries thanks to Hennemarth, and there's really no reason to progress quickly. So if you get in a situation like this when you're playing the game, you might sit for many rounds. I mean, as many as you want, really. And just get your board state perfect and then proceed. So, I mean, I guess it's maybe kind of a boring video content, but it's definitely a very viable strategy, especially against a quest where you need to kill a big hill troll. So that's what we're going to do. Galadriel found me a minstrel, which I'm really glad to see. So when she enters play, search your top 5 cards for an event and add it to your hand. So let's do that. I had 3 good choices, but let's grab this Test of Will. So now we can cancel a treachery. That's going to be useful when we get to stage 2, and Hennemarth can only tell us 1 of the 2 cards coming. So it's going to be nice to have that Test of Will to cancel basically Necromancer's Reach. I think that's the one that we really need to save it for. Okay, and she will not exhaust a quest, so we are going to be able to send 3 with her and the Refugee, and then I can always use Galadriel and Nenya to boost one of them. So we are sending a total of 7, and we are going to be up against 3. So obviously we made some progress there, and then as I'm adjusting the die, that's when I remembered that the Misty Mountain Goblins should have backed 1 off. So we are at 8 progress, which is right where we need to be. Now, the Chieftain Uthank, he actually gives us an opportunity here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to optionally engage him, and then before I deal the Shadow, I'm going to use Hennemarth to take a peek and see if there is a Shadow, especially an undefended Shadow. Okay, there isn't. Great. So what I'm going to do is deal that as the Shadow card. I'm going to take this undefended, and that's going to deal 3 damage to Gimli, which powers him up. So now Gimli is attacking for 5. And after Chieftain Uthank attacks, he gets a resource, and then if he attacked again, he would be more powerful. But Gimli can swing for 5, Haldir for 3, and Defender of the Nath kicks in number 9, which is what we needed to kill him. He goes into victory display, and we go into the next round. Yeah, we don't know what card's coming, but with a Test of Will, I feel like I can handle 1 round where Hennemarth isn't peeking before we go on the quest. All right, we are doing really good. Our threat isn't moving. We have pretty good board state already, and then we draw a Host of the Galadriel. that card is going to be extremely useful when we're on stage 2 and planning to get to stage 3. All right, I have a Test of Will. Let's just use Hennemarth and see what we're going to be up against, and then I will know what I need to do. So Hennemarth will exhaust to take a peek, and the card we get is, of course it's Necromancer's Reach. Of course it is. So that will kill him, which I don't want to happen. So I either have to play a Test of Will, or I need to pull him back with an event. Let's see what I draw with Galadriel first. Another copy of Nenya. Okay, we only need one because it's unique. Now, do I want to play a Test of Will, or do I want to pull Hennemarth back before the quest phase? If I do, the Sylvan Refugee is also going to leave. I wish I had a better event to pull back a Sylvan, but I don't. So I'm going to play this Pursuing the Enemy, and it basically does nothing. And now I should discard the Sylvan Refugee, because she says after a character leaves play, she leaves play. I do remember that in a little bit. So what I'm going to do here is play Hennemarth back in, so now he's not exhausted, so he'll quest for 1. And then I'm going to spend 2 tactics resources to put in the Galadan Archer, and when he enters play, he does a damage to an enemy not engaged with you. Okay, so the Necromancer's Reach isn't really that scary. I'm currently questing for 1 with nobody exhausted. And this is where I remember that the Sylvan Refugee should have left play, because if a character leaves play, she leaves play. So let's get rid of her. And then now I could use Galadriel and Nenya to boost the willpower of Hennemarth Riversong, and so we are going to make 4 progress. We just got to kill the Hill Troll now. Hennemarth's going to take a peek, and it is the East Blight, so just a 1 threat location. That's a bunch of progress to clear. All right. Next round. This might be the round we take out the Hill Troll. Oh, good. Haldir finds his bow. Okay, that's going to be useful later, but not this round. This round, we need to play Feint. All right, let's go questing after Galadriel lets us drop our threat, and we draw another Archer. So we're just going to send the Minstrel, because she has no attack power, so she's going to quest for 1, and then Galadriel's going to ready and boost her with the ring. So we're going to be sending a total of 5, and we're up against 2. We reveal the East Blight, and now we have to travel there. And let's engage the Hill Troll. So here it comes. It's attacking for 6. It's big and scary. We are going to spend Gimli's resource, and we are going to play Feint, so he does not attack us. And I have enough attack on the table to take him down, and even if I didn't, I had another Pursuing the Enemy, so I could have dealt 1 more direct damage to him. But with Gimli attacking for 5, Haldir attacking for 3, and then the Nath, Defender of the Nath, and the Archer attacking for 3 more. That's enough to deal the final damages we need with the 1 damage already on him. And it actually leaves Hennemarth up, so I get to peek at what the next card is that's coming. So that was a success, and we have the progress on the quest card, so we advance right now. So now we will be revealing 2 cards per round, and we got this big East Blight location with 6 progress to get through. That's annoying. Ooh, and Hennemarth shows us that the Banks of the Anduin are going to be the next card. Okay, that's awesome. Let's go into the next round, and we need to quest with as much willpower as we can. Okay, so let's start the next round. Everyone's got their resources. We draw. Nice, hands upon the bow. Okay, so maybe Haldir can shoot something out of the staging area when it gets revealed in the quest phase. That's nice. And do I want to pay for the Host of Galadriel right now? Is this the round to do it? I really don't have a lot of interplay abilities going on, but I think I will, because I just want to see what I get with the Galadriel Minstrel, and none of these allies are going to exhaust the quest, so that's going to add some willpower. So Host of Galadriel, it costs 4, you pull all your allies back, and then you play them 1 at a time, so you get to trigger all the effects. And we're looking for an event. Okay, we get a Tree People. That's nice. And if I hadn't drawn that Hands Upon the Bow, I'd actually be tempted to have grabbed that, but getting the Tree People is great. So now I have the Tree People in my hand. That's from the Galadriel Minstrel entering play. And here's where I'm really going to miss Celeborn, because he's not boosting these Sylvans, so they don't get an extra willpower. So the Sylvans are questing for 2, and then if I use Gimli and Galadriel with Nenya, yeah, I'm only sending 8. Here we go. We're up against 1. The second card is, okay, a Treacherous Fog. So each location in the staging area gets +1 threat. Okay, that's great. And if our threat was over 35, we'd have to discard a card. But We currently make 6 progress. Let's play Elrond's Council, and we will make 7 progress, which is just enough to clear the active location. And we make 1 progress on the quest. Okay, not a lot, but I mean, we got rid of that 6 threat location, our 6 progress location, so that was nice. I almost forgot to use Gladriel, so let's use her. Another host of the Gladrome. Okay. Okay, that's good. Let's have Henemarth take a peek. And it's going to be the one where we have to remove 4 progress. That's fine. There's only 1 progress on the quest, so that isn't going to be a card that's too nasty. Let's travel to the banks of the Anduin. When it leaves play, it goes on top of the deck. And let's raise our threat, and we'll go into the next round. All right, next round, resources gotten. Okay, there we go, Daron's Runes. And if I haven't mentioned it already in this video, Elrond's Council and Daron's Runes, they are supposed to say action, not response. Okay, Lembas, great. Some healing, so thank you, Gladriel, for giving us some Lembas. Look at that threat, 24. That's great. Daron's Runes, let's play it. Draw 2 cards. I have to discard 1 from my hand. We get 2 allies. And we are going to discard Nenya. Kind of wish I would have played the Tree People if I known I was going to draw those 2 allies. Okay, let's play another Minstrel, and she's going to look for an event. I'm putting that token, so now I can remember who's entered play or not. Oh, 3 events. 4 events. Faint. Oh, gosh. Elrond's Council, Hands Upon the Bow. I already have a Hands Upon the Bow. Let's grab the Faint. So then if I get engaged with something crazy big, I can feint it. All right, cool. I have Hands Upon the Bow and Feint, so I'm covered with Tactics events. I'm going to save Gladriel's resource for a test of will, and we're going to give Haldir a bow, so now if he attacks an enemy not engaged with me, he gets +2 attack, and if it's engaged with me, it gets +1 attack. So he's attacking for 4 at least. All right, so she's questing for 1. The other Minstrel's questing for 1. Gimli for 2. We'll have Gladriel and her ring boost it by 4 more. We reveal a treachery that removes the only progress we've made. And then, okay, cool, a little sniper. And I started to place the progress, then I realized, wait, the banks along the Anduin are going to go back on top of the deck. So let's have Henemarth take a peek. And he says the second card we're going to reveal is a Necromancer's Reach. Okay, now I got some thinking to do. Because we know the banks of the Anduin are going on top of that card. So if I engage the Goblin Sniper, the banks along the Anduin are going to be the shadow for that. If I use Hands Upon the Bow to kill the Sniper, I'm still revealing Necromancer's Reach. But I get to remove 2 threat from the staging area, so I actually make 2 more progress. So I know Haldir could just snipe it out of the staging area, but I'd rather make the 2 progress. So let's use Hands Upon the Bow. We're going to kill that sniper. We revealed no threat, and that lets us place more progress on the quests. And now we know the 2 cards are revealing. I have that Test of Will, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. So we've made 5 of the 16 progress, and we're only revealing 1 threat next round, so we should be able to make more progress this round. We get Rumil. Okay, I would have really liked to have gotten him in with Tree People. Speaking of Tree People, let's play it. So we're going to pull back one of these Minstrels, and we're looking at our top 5 cards for a Sylvan ally to put into play. And we have an Archer, a Healer, and then another copy of Henemarth, so we can't do 2 Henemarths. So let's put in the tracker. So after a Sylvan readies, in the refresh phase, heal a damage off of that Sylvan. So that's excellent. And she's going to quest for 1, so that's great. And then we're going to spend 2 resources to put the Minstrel back in. Let's look for an event, and our choices are Elrond's Council, Dwarven Tomb, or the Tree People. Okay, good choices. I think let's go with Elrond's Council. It gives me a little willpower boost, and I can drop my threat by 3 more, because, you know, my threat obviously is a huge deal right now. All right, speaking of threat, let's have Gladriel take a peek. Ooh, and we get a Defender of the Nath. Okay. So I am going to quest in a way I don't need to worry about that Necromancer's Reach. So those 2 allies are questing for 1. And then I'm going to send Gimli, so we're sending 4. And then we reveal the 2 cards. after I play Elrond's Council. So Elrond's Council is going to boost, let's say, the Minstrel. So now we're questing for 5. And look at that threat, 21. That's great. All right, revealing the 2 cards. We knew they were coming. Gimli is the only one who takes damage, but he's going to be eating some Lembas next round. And I can use Galadriel and Nenya to boost that by 4 more. So we are going to be at 9 against 1. So we made 8 progress, and that's going to put us at 13. We're almost there. All right, so we are going to, of course, travel to the banks of the Anduin because I love being able to pop that back on top. Hennemarth is ready, so let's see what we're revealing. It's a 3-threat Gladden Fields. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I feel like we're doing pretty good here. And okay, next round. So as always, we're just going to be using Galadriel, dropping our threat, doing all the fun things. So what do we get? Okay, another Handmaiden. I have been having trouble keeping 2 resources on Galadriel because I want to play one of those Handmaidens. They quest for 2. Okay, we're going to use her ability. Back down to 21 threat. She's ready. Look at all these cards. All right, let's feed Gimli some Lembas. We're going to use Haldir's resource for that. So you have to have a Noldor or Sylvan hero, and then you attach it to a hero. You discard the Lembas to ready the attached hero and heal up to 3 damage. So let's do that and put that on Gimli. And then let's quest with the Sylvan allies that each have 1 willpower. So that's 3. Gimli is 2 more. And then I'm going to use Lembas to ready him. All right. And Gladden Fields. And then, okay, cool. A Beastmaster. So that's only 2 threat. I wish I had given Haldir a bow. I was keeping the resources because I'm thinking I might be playing a Host of the Gladrum soon. So we are 5 against 6. We will use Galadriel and Nenya to boost it by 4 more. That means we are going to make 5 progress. But before we place the progress, use Hennemarth and see what's coming. Pursued by Shadow. Okay, this treachery does nothing because it's just going to raise my threat by the number of characters not committed to the quest. Well, I've been dropping my threat like a stone. All right, so now the banks of the Anduin are cleared. They go on top of the deck. And we place the progress on the quest, and we are almost there. We should be able to clear it next round. We're going to travel to the Gladden Fields. That makes us raise our threat by an additional threat at the end of the round. And then Haldir can attack for 5, which is just a little short from killing this Beastmaster. If he had another bow, he could do it. But who shoots 2 bows? That's not a thing. All right, let's go into the next round. Everyone's going to get their resources. I forgot to raise my threat an additional point. I remember in a moment. I draw a Tree People. Well, that's excellent because what I'm going to do is pull back a Minstrel with the Tree People and see if I can't find another one of these archers because when they enter play, they deal damage to an enemy not engaged with you. So maybe I can get lucky and we will snipe that Beastmaster out of the staging area with a Tree People. So Minstrel coming back into my hand. And then top 5 looking for a Sylvan. Come on, give me the archer. Nothing. All right, let's give it a shuffle. My deck is almost empty. In fact, it's so empty I have so many cards in my hand that I might as well just play one of the archers from my hand. Hey! Oh, well. Okay, so the archer comes in, and the Beastmaster is dead. We know we're just revealing 1 threat. So, yep, I think we're doing about as good as we can. So Galadriel's Handmaiden's coming in. She costs 2 spirit, and then she's going to drop my threat by 1 when she enters play. All right, let's use Galadriel. Look at this hand. I have more cards in my hand than I do in my deck. This is just insanity. All right, Galadriel. Let's get 1 more card. So dropping my threat down to 20, and we get the Tree People. Okay. And dropping my threat reminded me that I never raised it from the Gladden Fields being the active location. So let's pop that threat right back up to the very dangerous 21. All right, what else can I do? Well, I have a tactics resource, and I have another bow. So no, Haldir's not shooting 2 bows. He's shooting a bow that's twice as powerful as a regular bow. That's what he's doing. Okay. So he's got 2 bows, so if he shoots into the staging area, he's attacking for 7. That seems pretty good. Let's put this token on the archer, so I remember they entered play this round. So I can quest for 2 with no one exhausting. I'm only revealing 1 threat, and I'm revealing a treachery that would make me raise my threat by like 8, which obviously I could handle but I don't think there's a treachery that can affect me with no one exhausted and my threat at 21. So I'm just going to spend Galadriel's resource, test of will that, and I will have to use Nenya, so she'll be exhausted, but even if she takes 1 damage, so what? And that'll get me over the hump. So we have quested for enough to clear the Gladden Fields, and now we need to go to stage 3, which is reveal 2 cards per player, and if there's no enemies, we win. So there's a Surgy Crows that surges into a Marsh Adder. Oh, man. And then, okay, a little location, who cares? But the Marsh Adder is 8, has 1 defense and 7 hit points, so Haldir is going to be just 1 short, because I don't need to engage anything. My threat is 21. Okay, so Haldir will shoot into the staging area, and we will do 6 out of the 7 damage, and then we can just go right into the next round, and we should be able to win. Oh, you know what? Let's try something here. Let's do Tree People. I'm going to pull back one of these archers. I have 1 more archer in my deck, and if that archer enters play with this Tree People, I can deal a damage to an enemy not engaged with me. Let's see if I can find it. Ah, dang. Okay, so we get the refugee. Okay, it was worth a shot. All right, next round. All right, well, it's pretty anticlimactic. I don't reveal any cards, and obviously my board state is fine. Cool, hands upon the bow. I love it. So, yeah, Haldir, put your hand upon those bows. Am I right? All right, Galadriel, let's draw me 1 more card. It's a Minstrel. Yeah, we got this. So Galadriel's ready. We just need to send some characters on the quest. So there we go. We sent characters on the quest. I can hands upon the bow away this Marsh Adder. So that's dead. Goes in the victory display. And then I will just engage these crows, deal the shadow card, and then we're going to play Pursuing the Enemy. And I will yank back the refugee to deal 1 damage to every enemy engaged with me. That kills the crows. And we have no enemies engaged with us. That's a victory. That was a lot of fun. I am surprised how well it worked. So I'm pretty happy with this build. And I'm glad I was able to use the tactics cards that came in this set. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'm looking forward to making the next one. I have an idea of how I'm going to tackle the Rohan build. It's actually probably going to surprise you how few cards I actually change to make that deck work. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.